And exactly, I don't know, 15 hours or so, we will be under possibly under a new regime at the quarterback position. We did our video today, our one and only live, one and only mock draft. That's why today's video is mock draft number 4,936.1. Because we need to figure out what the hell's going on here. We need to hope. We need to pray. We need, as Zach Attack would say, we need some hopium. I was born in an Ohio hurricane. We need some hopium. What's up, Zoe? I don't care if it's Drake May. I don't care if it's Michael Penix. Fuck, at this point in time, I don't even care if it's McCarthy. I am done. I am done with Danny the two left feet. I am done with Danny. I can't fucking read a book. I am done. I don't care. This is the draft, Joe. This is the draft for you to go out and get your quarterback or get a quarterback or make a difference in this team, make a difference in this organization, make something happen, Captain. That's what this is. This is the moment in time. This is Joe Shane's pinnacle. This is his moment that he will either be the toast in New York or he will be working as an assistant general manager in, I don't know, in Jacksonville. I don't know what would be the anacles or the consideration of NFL purgatory right now. Because we're in it. I can't say he'd be assistant manager with the Giants. I have a calculus. Broadnarrow says, I have a calculus test on Friday morning, but I'm not missing the draft. Hopefully, hope to God that you go to bed early, because hopefully we pick you the 3 or 6. And I love talking with Zoe. He says, I feel like Neighbors doesn't even want to play for us. I love it. Neighbors is doing the live stream. He's doing his live thing, and he got Caleb Williams behind him. And Caleb is like, "Hey, good luck with the Chargers and Herbert." And then he looks at him and goes, "Or good luck with that guy in New York, Daniel. What's his name?" And then Neighbors just cut off the stream. That was great. It's like, nope, I want to do this. No. Officially hit 90 outside. I don't think it was that hot. James Williams says, hit the club as soon as you walk into the club. I'll take any quarterback at this point, please, God. Except for Spencer Rattler. That would be the Giant way. Hey, I got an idea. Let's take Spencer Rattler in the first round. Let's trade back to like 27 and take Spencer Rattler. And you got to remember, Joe Shane is the gentleman that traded up one spot to get to get Banks, which is a good pick. He traded up one spot to get him because there was a team he thought was going to leapfrog him and get him. And that team didn't even select a cornerback. At this point, James, I would put up with you at quarterback. Hell, don't knock James' quarterback ability. You might not win any games, but you would always be remembered as our first black quarterback 100%. No, James would be the third black quarterback. He'd be the third black quarterback. And if I played, I'd be the fourth black quarterback. Daryl says, what idiot scheduled the Nick? Oh my God. I don't even want to talk about the fucking Nick game. I'm hanging out. I'm having a good time. My phone rings. I pick it up. It's my friend Dave. Dave and I go to Sixers games all the time because it's like I can get there like 35 minutes from my house if I take the back way. And we usually sit courtside. And we haven't gone a lot this year, but he calls me up out of the blue this morning and says, hey, he goes, Knicks, Sixers, courtside. I was like, dude, when? I was thinking Sunday. Thursday. 7:30. Motherfucker. Was literally my response today. I had already made a commitment to go to the draft. And I'm going to meet some people there. We're going to do some things. And I made this commitment months ago. And this fool's calling me up, inviting me to go sit courtside. And if you ever sat courtside at the Sixers games, it is a phenomenal experience because when you walk out on the court, there's a section that you actually walk through is right where they do the press conferences and everything else. And there's this wonderful place to eat. It's a great little, like, I don't know what you would call it. It's like a restaurant, but it's just for season ticket holders and VIP members. And I remember the time that this was 2 years ago. I'm sitting there and I'm getting my food, and this person's getting pictures taken with them left and right. And it's Will Smith. This is when Will Smith owns part of the Sixers. And I love it because I'm standing in line next to him trying to get some food. And he's sitting there, and I accidentally bumped him. He's like, "Oh, excuse me." I said, "It's okay, dude." I said, "Some motherfucker's getting his picture taken all day long. I'm just trying to get some shrimp." And my friend was like, I'm like, "Yeah, I said that to Mike Lowry." What's up, Ohio? What's going on? Talk was said 15 hours. Drake Maye will be the face of this franchise. Is anyone got a problem with Drake Maye? I've said this before. I am trying to like Drake Maye. And I've said it millions of times. If he would have came out last year, the year prior, if he would have came out in 2023, he probably would have gone in the top 2, just because of the season that he had at North Carolina. But does anyone have a problem with it? Because I still think he's a more athletic Daniel Jones with a better arm. I think that, but I don't know. Can you just point out something? Drake Maye fans out there, give me a moment. Give me a moment in North Carolina University football history with Drake Maye that he did something that was so spectacular that you sat there and you said to yourself, Drake Maye is my guy. Because I went back and looked. It was hard to find that last year, but is there a game? Is there a series? Even if you're going back 2 years, I'm curious, like I said, because I want to like Drake Maye. I do. I really do. All right, I'll wait. OG says, "What's up, Tim?" Juan says, "Hello, Tim." Big blue chat. Zach officially hit 90. You're 90 years old, Zach? 90 credits. Oh, 90 credits. How many credits to graduate, Zach? How many credits are we looking at? Let's see here. What do we got also here? Mr. Roberts says, "Hey, Tim, the Giants better get off the Jones trains because it's about to crash into a dead end." It crashed into a dead end a year ago. I mean, draft night.
Welcome to the party, pal.
Damn it, Emmanuel.
Draft, baby. Yeah.
Mock draft. We loved it. I hope everyone loved the mock draft I did. I tried to think about it, so I hope everyone loved the mock draft, or at least liked the mock draft I did. I want in. You want into my mock draft? My mock draft was Penix, Keenan Coleman, Max Melton. Those are my guys. I don't want to hear you can't take Penix at 6, but I can take him at 11. But you're going to trade 11 to a team who more likely wants to take a quarterback at 6. Do you see the irony and the stupidity in that? Take him at 6. Keenan Coleman, for everything that they'll say, he ran a 4.6. He's slow. Jerry Rice got timed with a sundial at his pro day and at the combine. They said he couldn't catch, even though he had the hands of bricklayer, because that's what he did in the offseason with his father. He laid bricks. Dude looked terrified. The dude Ricky is saying the Giants are showing serious interest, and they're not. This dude named Ricky, I see his shit on Twitter, and everyone's like, well, he must be an insider. No, all he fucking does, let's be honest, all he fucking does is go off of these websites for these teams and their Twitter pages and post their shit from there. Okay? That's all he does. And then he makes broad statements. A wide receiver is going to sign for big money before the draft. Okay. I could do this too. Watch this. The sun is going to rise tomorrow. Knowing my fucking luck, it won't. Neighbors would rather walk on glass bare feet, stomach first, than come to the Giants. Broad says, I haven't shared any of my draft thoughts. I'm starting to fall in love with Maye. I wouldn't mind Rome or Neighbors. I love Mitchell and Murphy as prospects. Barton is going to be a stud. But what is the Maye moment? I am still waiting for the Maye moment. What is the defining Maye moment that people look at, that I can Google or I can go to and say, That's what he does. That's what he does well. Just point it out. I mean, I'm trying to be facetious. I'm actually asking a serious question. I can point out a bunch of moments for Penix, and I could point out bad moments for Penix as well. I could point out different moments for McCarthy, but everyone talks about the Toledo game, but he lost the Toledo game. So, I mean, it's a catch-22. It's an enigma wrapped in a riddle. Neighbors doesn't look like the type of wide receiver to keep his mouth closed. If he and Daniel Jones are as his quarterback, he'll complain. He's not getting the ball. This guy is used to winning, not losing. Won't you be my neighbor? I love Neighbors. I would not be totally upset if all the good quarterbacks were going and we drafted Neighbors. I would not be upset at all. I love Neighbors. But after seeing what I just saw, with that live stream, that was just bad. If Maye and JJ are gone, would you all be happy with Marvin Harrison Jr.? No, because I'm going to take Penix. Did you not hear it all, Zoe? I'm taking Penix. I'm taking Penix at 6. Take the risk. Most pro-ready quarterback in this draft outside of Caleb Williams is Michael Penix. People are like, well, he's slow. He's not slow. He doesn't run because he's a pocket passer. He gets the ball out quick. He makes decisions. People will talk, and I love because people talk, well, his accuracy the last half of the season was pretty much off. He still completed 65% of his passes. And then I love because people will go, well, he doesn't really read the look at the championship games. He didn't read the defense as well. No, he actually read the defense to perfection. He just missed 3 times. He hits on those 3 big plays that he missed and probably wish he had back. That Washington wins that game. Penix carried Washington the entire year, the last 2 years, carried them to the championship game. In serious rational thought, in some ways, Penix actually cost them the championship game because if he hits on those 3 plays, they win. You can literally define the moments and say, hits on those 3 plays, then he's done. Neighbors would have to be Golden Tate, throw me the damn ball moment for sure if he had Daniel Jones at quarterback. That was such a bad moment. And that wasn't a bad moment for Tate. It was a bad moment what happened afterwards. Tate got suspended for showing up Daniel Jones, but being honest. Golden Tate was a model citizen everywhere else he went. Golden Domer. Everybody loved him. Then he comes to New York and works with Dan Jones, and he sucks. He reminds me of Wentz. I don't hate him, but I don't love the hype. Chris, thank you. And I'm still waiting in the chat. Tell me something. Say, Tim, Drake Maye versus Florida did X. Just he against Kentucky. I'm just picking out teams. I don't know. He did XYZ. They may have lost, but he did this. That's all I'm asking people to do. And it's amazing when I ask this of fans, and not fans of mine, Giant fans. I don't have any fans. I asked this question. No one can really give me an answer. I can tell you things about Penix game-wise, point-wise, play-wise, but I can't get anyone to tell me something about Drake Maye. I am so sick of Daniel Jones. I'll be happy when no, I'm not happy with Bo Nix. Bo Nix, you know what's here's the choice. If the Giants pass on a quarterback, Penix is going to Vegas. Nix is going to Denver. That's what's going to happen. How much weight have you lost? About 15 pounds. And I'm also growing a goatee. Growing my goatee back. I look like a back in the day when I was younger. I had this blondish black hair and I had this big blondish black goatee, and I actually look like a super villain. So I've decided to be a villain this year. Losing to West Virginia and Duke's Mayville. 120 to graduate. Okay, so we're getting there. Zoe says Dable with his Allen and Maye, both prospects were raw, but both have extremely upside. Okay, Josh Allen, at Wyoming, I could point to things game-wise for Josh Allen in Wyoming. So someone just give me the the breakdown of, and I'm asking everyone in the chat, I'm asking everyone on Twitter, just give me the breakdown of Maye. And what at North Carolina, for those that like Drake Maye, what sold you on what he does well that you will think that he will be the guy? Joe Rev, sup? What's up, my brother? How's it going, Tim? Everything's going good. Well, the Knicks are playing at the same time. I'm not happy about that. I'll settle with Maye, but you know what's the funny thing about the Knicks game is the Giants pick at 6 and stay there. I could probably catch the last quarter of the Knicks game. I was thinking about that. I probably get the last quarter of the Knicks game. I believe. Oh, Timmy! What's up, G family? Everything's going good. The Giants got our hopes up just for us to have DJ start next year. Here's the thing that's going to be great. You're going to have your hopes. You're going to have your hopes and expectations, and then they're going to take Joe Alt. We need dogs like neighbors, TJ Tampa and Cooper. That's why we need the. I don't disagree. We need some people that got a little fire into them. You know, that's why I like Max Melton. Max Melton, smallish is a good word. He needs to gain weight. He's 180 something. He needs to get it to at least 205. He's 5'11. I don't think he's going to grow. I think he's probably more like 5'10. I don't think he's going to grow, but he is a dog. He is a fighter. If you watched him play at Rutgers, he does not give up. He just keeps coming after you.
So you beat that man like I never saw no man get beat before. The man kept coming after you.
That's Max Melton. There you go, James. I got the sound effect. Let's see. Neighbor, Penix at 6. Get used to it. I'm already used to it. Neighbors cut the stream when Caleb asked him about the Daniels Jones. He did, my brother. That was so funny. He's like, he talks about him going and playing with the duck. And then he goes, oh, you're going to go to New York and play with that guy. What's his name? Daniel. Click. Nope, not going there. Nope, sorry. Nope, not going to do it. Not doing it. I've decided to redeclare for college. Is that possible? Tim, I think Bo Nix is going to be better than people think. Not saying the Giants should get him, but remember, I said it first. I'm not saying that Bo Nix is not going to be good. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that if you watch him at Oregon, Bo Nix is a one-read quarterback. At Auburn, they gave him the decision-making process. You can have the process. You can go through your plays. You can go through your progressions. Bo Nix is truly the definition at Oregon of a one-read quarterback. And then when you watched him at times try to diagnose plays and break down plays at like the combine and stuff, it was not good. It's not good. Why? Because he was told, you are going to take the ball and throw to X. I'm hyped for tomorrow night, says Blazing. T. Brad's in his house. Let's go, Giants. Hit the like button. I made it late. Let's go, Tim. Tomorrow, the Dahmer is going to be running the stream. I'm going to be at the stadium. That's going to be interesting. Like, I had a content creator reach out to me. I'm not going to say who, because I thought it was funny. And I have to actually talk to Zach about this. I'll talk to Zach offline. And they're like, yeah, we're gonna be streaming for the parking lot. You should come and hang out. And I was like, oh, okay. I said, I have to go talk to my associate producer because I'm not sure if I hate you. And that wasn't a joke. That literally wasn't a joke. Let's see here. Penix is actually what they think Daniel Jones can be. I agree. As long as we draft any quarterback, will be see. I love OGR, man, because he has the right philosophy. Williams, Daniels, Maye, Penix, McCarthy. Any one of them is fine. Any one of them I'm good with. I plan on being out of the draft by 8:30. That's my plan. My plan is to be out of the draft, back to the hotel, maybe head down to Fridays, and watch the rest of the Knicks game. Good evening, Tim and OBB family. Looking forward to the draft, being part of the experience with y'all. Working tonight, but thankfully not tomorrow. If you're going to be around tomorrow, I'm giving Dom the link. I'm talking to Matthew and everyone else. I'm giving Dom the link. He is going to drop the link, and we're going to let regulars and others come in and out during the draft process. We are going to have the draft likes of James Williams, R0B, the Dahmer, and Don P are going to be the 4 guys running the draft, and then we're going to bring everyone else in during the draft. So if you're around tomorrow, come and hang out. Plus, I'll be making I will be calling in from the draft party, which is always fun, which is always interesting. Even neighbors knows Giants don't have a real quarterback. Charlie likes Chop. He likes Chop Robinson. Who doesn't like Chop Robinson? I mean, well, first of all, I don't like where he went to school, but you know what? it's okay. But if you're looking for a linebacker, you're looking for an outside linebacker, I think that he's going to be more toward. I personally think he's going to be more towards the second round. I don't think he's going to be. I don't think he's going to be up in there. Maybe at the bottom half of the draft. But any guy that weighs 250 pounds and can run a 4.5, as athletic as he and as gifted as him, you can take it. You can take a chance with Chop. I don't have a problem with Chop. And we do need a linebacker. We do need at least 2 We need at least 2 linebackers, 1 defensive tackle, a true defensive end, a CB2, another safety, besides at least 2 more offensive linemen, a running back, a quarterback, 2 wide receivers, a tight end, and besides that, we'll be fine. And and I can't. And to all the people out there on Twitter, you can't make fun of Waller. He's getting divorced, guys. That's fucked up. Even I'm not that evil. Yeah, I know it was never about the wedding. What happened, why he got moved out of the Raiders, but it was the morons that said it was all about the wedding. No, it was just that he was on the wrong side of 30 and coming off 2 injury-plagued seasons, and they wanted to get something and get rid of that contract. But the guy's getting a divorce. That's fucked up as it is. And then for people to go after him. I mean, like people are like, well, you make fun of what? Who do I make fun of? I make fun of Carl. They're like, you make fun of Carl Banks all the time.
I don't know what you're talking about, Willis.
No, I don't. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. But Carl Banks isn't getting divorced. I'm not sitting there picking on him. Oh God, what about quarterback DJ Irons from Akron? I don't know. The last Akron quarterback wasn't that McNair? I actually don't know a lot about him, to be honest. Is this the most important draft for the G-Men in a while? Every draft is the most important draft for the G-Men in a while. But like every election is the election that everyone has to be involved in because it's the election to end all elections. And if we don't go to this election, we're all going to die. And no one ever dies. Well, some people do die, but the world never ends. Well, I shouldn't say that now because there's a lot of shit going on right now. But all right, I'm getting off that subject. But yes, Philosophy Stoner, yes, it is an important draft for the Giants because they need to find something. They need to you know what the Giants really need to do in this draft? And I was thinking about it. I was kind of really thinking about this. And I wanted to add it to the video. And I think that's another reason I wanted to come on today. The Giants need to find an identity. They need to be X. And they need to find a true face of the franchise. You go to different places. You go to Philadelphia, it's Jalen. Go to Dallas, it's Dak. Washington's going to be whoever their quarterback is. You know, you go to the Chargers, it's the Duck. You go to the Buffalo, it's Allen. You go to Kansas City, it's Mahomes. You go to Jacksonville, it's Lawrence. Are you seeing a trend? All these people are quarterbacks. The Giants need to find their identity. Is their identity going to be Penix, McCarthy, Maye? I don't know, but it would be nice to identify. It would be nice to identify with something with the Giants and not have a player hang up on someone because they mentioned Daniel Jones's name. I'm doing that. I'm doing what now? I got to find out who I hate, Zach, and you weren't around today. The Knicks are the more entertaining than the Giants, and they have Dolan. Dolan stepped back. With Phil Jackson. He's like, nope, I'm done, but he's still going to be stupid in the stadium. Just ask Charles Oakley. But he turned the reins over to the franchise twice now to Leon Rose and to Phil Jackson. That's what Mara's got to do. Mara's got to step away, but I don't know And I'm not sure Shane is that guy. I hope he is, and I hope this draft proves that he is, because the last two drafts have not been stellar. You had one really good player, and then a bunch of others. And yeah, I'm not saying that Kayvon Thibodeau's not a good player, but Kayvon Thibodeau lacks a key word. Same word that Brian Burns lacks: consistency. Herbologist says DJ Irons 6th round. All right. Okay. Well, then I like DJ Irons. I don't like DJ Irons because he's got DJ in his name. What's his full name? What's DJ Irons' full name? DJ Irons. Let's see. What's his full name here? He's an Akron Zip. I don't know what his full name is because everything just says DJ. But all right. Just change your name. I'm good. No, bro. No, JJ. No, Penix. Tim Chop technically went to two schools, Maryland, then Penn State. Okay, what, I'm supposed to fucking remember everything that everyone did? I couldn't find the Sugar Bowl this morning. And you want me to know that Chop went to two schools? OGR, you would be banned just for being banned, but you're not on the screen for me to ban you. OGR, I put the link in the chat. Come on, so I can just wonka you. What up to all Giants fans? Smash the like button. Hung Dave says, Tim, what do you think we're taking tomorrow? Well, I don't know, to be honest. I really don't know, because I think the Giants draft has been so unpredictable. And I don't think anyone can really predict the predictability of the prediction. I want Penix. I want a quarterback. That's all I want. That's all I want. I don't ask for much. It sucks for Waller. Also, the tweet his wife put on out today, the phrases that he might have did her dirty somehow. Here we go. I'm going to give you a minute. Are you ready? Are you ready?
Yeah, and then wonka me.
We're here with, of course, we brought in the venerable OGR Sports coming in to talk about this draft. And that was it. There you go. We talked about the draft. Danny Slow Processors Dud says, I just listened to Drake Maye in an interview. Sounds like exactly like Eli. You know what I do. He had to take a big sip of fucking wine.
Oh, yeah.
What's up, brother?
It's a Bordeaux blend, so don't worry about it. Right bank. Right bank.
It's a Bordeaux. Excuse me, guys. It's a Bordeaux blend. I don't want to say anything, but the Cabernet Sauvignon Blanc was not in season this year.
No, actually, it's 85% Merlot and 15% Cabernet Sauvignon.
You get banned just for that. Kyle says this must be the May moment, sounding just like that magic moment. Is that Jim Morrison, Kyle? That looks like Jim Morrison. You're a big Drake Maye fan.
Mm-hmm.
Tell OGR Sports. Tell me. Explain to me, show me, Bama, show me what game in this most recent season did Drake Maye have himself anointed to be in this top 5 consideration pick wise? Because I'm still trying to, and I keep telling people, I'm still trying to go back and find not just a play, but find series, find entire games that you looked at this year, not in 2022, because he had a much better season. Not 2022. Yeah, 2020, a great season. But last year, what did he show on the field? What against what opponent that made you stand out and say, Drake Maye is my motherfucking guy?
Trying to think. What was the last game of the season that he played? Can't think of the opponent, but I liked it. Was he perfect? No.
Well, but see, here's the thing. No one can. I mean, you got to give me more than that. You gotta give me more than that.
Honestly, my game that made me fall in love, and he had 216 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. South Carolina.
Okay, and that's not a powerhouse. That's against Spencer Rattler.
Okay, that's not a powerhouse.
It's not like you're throwing that up against.
But Tim, we're gonna make an argument out of it.
No, we're not making an argument. I'm just asking.
I mean, the best opponent Penix played, he played not good. And
I know
you consistently ridicule Daniel Jones for getting pressure up the middle and not being able to slide out of it and do. Michael Penix was pressured up the middle on every single play against the best defense he saw, which is the closest thing he will see to an NFL defense. And no offense, he failed. And I'm sorry, I don't take blowing out Troy or blowing out any other Pac-10 team as
he put up 437 against Michigan State with 4 touchdowns.
Yeah, a team
he put up 300. He put up 300 yards against Oregon with 4 touchdowns.
Yeah, and Oregon's defense Oregon's defense is vastly overrated because the competition they played, because they blew out Portland State 79-0.
Then during the playoffs, he blew out Oregon again. It was 319. Then he put up another 430 against Texas in the next playoff game.
Legit opponent that I've seen Penix play,
and he put up 430 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Played very well. I will.
But see, these are games I can point to and say, okay, these are games that he played extremely well in. I'm just asking, what are the games that Drake Maye has had a standout? I'm not trying to have it's not an argument.
No.
Let me finish.
My wife has something on the stove and I think it's burning. Give me.
Oh, okay. I mean, go right ahead. Go for it. He doesn't know. He doesn't know. That's okay. Chris, I was damn feeling like Waller. I hope he works everything now, but we are tight end away. It's pretty scary. Kyle says yes. We also it is there. This is gonna be good. I'm still waiting. Empire says you rather pay and keep Daniel Bones on the. No, I don't want to. I hate Daniel Jones. Kyle says can't think of the other one. I mean. Todd says, oops. Let's see if he's back. You're back. You are back. House on fire?
No, the house is safe, or I wouldn't be in front of this camera.
Well, I thought you were showing your commitment.
Yes, to the stream, absolutely.
That's right. If the house is on fire, you still stay on.
I know, because I already put out the fire. That's how good I am.
That's okay. I was in the stream the other day, and my wife texts me and says, "Do you smell gas?" And I'm like, "No, I don't smell gas." And I looked down, just in case it was me. And she goes, "No, the house reeks like gas." Evidently, the Bernie took his tail and knocked all the knobs on the gas stove and turned on all the gas. So I'm downstairs streaming. Do you think I ran upstairs? The house could have blown up. No, I'm a man. I stayed where I was. The house is gonna blow up. I'm going down with the ship.
You were like,
this is the motherfucking giant philosophy. I am going down with the Titanic. That's what I'm doing. I'm going to this fucking thing tomorrow. I'm not going to sit courtside at the Knicks. I am going to go tomorrow and watch the Giants fuck this up. Joe Alt.
Honestly, as long as they take a quarterback, I'm cool. I mean, I'm cool with Penix at 6. The only quarterback I don't want is J.J. McCarthy. The reason why I like Drake Maye, am I going to point to any game this year? Right now, no, because I don't have the list in front of me. And being half in the bag with the line, I can't be honest with you which game I could point to and say, okay, this is the game to go watch. To me, I see the intangibles. I like what I see. And the reality is his age. The fact of the matter is, Drake Maye is 21 years old. If you want to throw Drake Maye out to the fire, you probably could. I personally wouldn't, not on this team. But the reality is, if Penix comes on this team, he's 24 years old. He needs to hit the ground running. Because the reality is, I give every prospect 3 years. And I will give Drake Maye 3 years. The prospect I won't give 3 years to is Michael Penix. Because in 3 years, he's going to be 27. Most quarterbacks have reached their prime by 27.
So in 3 years, he'll be in his prime. So he'll be awesome.
He should be awesome.
Right.
But 6 years, he's probably going to be out of his prime.
Well, no, there's been Tom Brady retired. How old was he? 490.
Brady. That's not.
But you know what? But athletes they stay at the dance longer now.
Because Russell Wilson, you see the decline.
I think I saw more of a decline in talent in Denver in his last year in Seattle.
But Russell Wilson
also did have a 5-game winning streak, and he had a head coach that didn't like him.
Very true, but I don't see the same Russell Wilson.
Russell Wilson or Daniel Jones this year?
Russell Wilson.
Russell Wilson or Drake May?
Drake.
Too long of a pause.
No, too long on the upside because I had to think about it for 2 seconds.
Now watch this. Russell Wilson or Michael Penix. Russell Wilson or Daniel Jones. And I'm not taking Daniel Jones. We fucking know that. It's going to be Russell Wilson. Drew Lock or Russell Wilson. Yeah. Danny DeVito or Russell Wilson. So
yeah,
if you have to pause and think, then you're not sure. That's all I'm saying. And that's what I get. That's what I get from all May fans. I get that pause. I get that césure. I get that. And then the opinion, but it's like, if you're so positive that this is your guy, you should, not you, I'm not saying you, but I'm saying other people, you should be able to chapter and verse say, I like May because of X, because of Y, because of Z. And to Zach's point, the ACC isn't that tough of a conference.
No, the ACC is a tough conference. Neither is the Pac-10.
We're not talking about the Pac-10. I'm talking about the ACC right now.
I like this sound too. It works well.
It does work well.
Sorry, I missed my Dom time, so I have to pick on you.
No, it's fine. But why don't you like Bo Nix? Did you look at him as a one-read quarterback?
He's a one-read quarterback.
But
he is a quarterback. The staff in Oregon figured out with Bo Nix that he is athletic enough, that he has a strong enough arm, but his processing skills are not what they would refer to as awesome. So they did the most conscious thing to do. The same thing they did with Pat Shermer, did with Daniel Jones. You give him a short field, you give him half the field, you give him singular reads, and then you allow him to improvise with his legs and everything else in the pocket, and you hope he finds something downfield if his first option is not available.
Okay. I want you to tell me right now the top 2 quarterbacks that have taken the least sacks percentage-wise in all of college football. And it should be very easy to guess.
So you're going to say it's going to be Bo Nix and Drake May.
Bo Nix number 1, and nope. Bo Nix and Michael Penix Jr.
So that even tells me I should want Penix even more.
Exactly.
So that's good. So you just my point again. All right. So OGR Sports is now on the Michael Penix train because he keeps freezing. So I could just say, what's wrong with your internet, man?
My internet, I don't know if it's bad because it's smooth on my end.
No, you're very you're breaking up like, and I got it up on the other monitor. My internet's fine. You're like,
yeah, but see,
and then you're very fuzzy.
The thing is, it's not flipping on StreamYard, so
yeah,
I won't know that because it's not like I'm viewing myself on YouTube or whatever.
Yeah, I can't. Well, here, try calling back in because you're like every other word you sound like.
Mr. Roboto.
There we go. Look, we're gonna have him try to call back in and see if that works. I see the Giants taking Rome at 6, and it wasn't built in a day. In all reality, if nothing else happens, May. Here we go. Talk with Zoe said May did very well in the Miami game. 4 touchdowns, 273. Syracuse was 3 touchdowns last year. Much better against. See, there we go. Taking the downs. It lost both receivers to this year and still had a decent year. See, there we go. That's a Bo Nix fan. Thank you, Zoe. Thank you. We need a quarterback. Can't keep kicking the can down the road. The most important position in sports. Let's get it done now and let the excitement begin. Mr. Weaver coming back inside. Jimmy, what in the hell is going? What in the hell is going? How are you? Can you believe we had the 2nd pick in the draft? And guess what the Giants did? Did the Giants do things to do and win meaningless games? We won meaningless games for no reason. Hold on, you back? No, man, you're still frozen.
Yeah, not much I can do about it.
You're frozen.
All right. Well,
and let it snow.
All right. Talk to you later.
All right, OGR. We'll talk to OGR later. I always like having OGR on. He's still freezing. He's still clipping. He needs to sit closer to the router. That would be the technical version of it. He needs to sit closer to the router. Yeah, we won those meaningless games. Penix performed very well this year with a generational wide receiver, but as injury concerns, he's a lefty, so I don't know how great he fits into the system. I don't think being a righty or a lefty matters if the Giants system is 3 yards in a cloud of dust. The Giants system for the last 2 years has been dump off, Barkley. So I think you can dump it off. If you want to go vertical, I think Penix is going to be the guy. If you want to go vertical, and I don't believe in this. I don't believe in the lefty jinx. Boomer Esiason, Kenny Stabler, Steve Young, a couple other guys. I'm not going to say whom, but I think we know what we're talking about. Do people still think taking a quarterback after what Shane said? I've said it before. I think the Giants, Shane is not much of a poker player. He's really not. He doesn't telegraph things. He's not going to come out and tell you blatantly, okay, I'm doing this, because that would be stupid. That would be what a Gettleman does. But he does make these innuendos that they make you pause, like you kind of think he's probably going to go wide receiver, and I would not be shocked if he went offensive tackle. I literally would not be shocked. To me, it shows this blatant disregard for what's in front of him. The same, and I'm not going to say the same with Shane. The same with Dable. If you can't see what's in front of you with Daniel Jones and you're going into year 6, I've said this before. Sam Darnold, Zach Wilson, Aaron Rodgers. All 3 quarterbacks during the Daniel Jones regime. 2 of these quarterbacks are high first-round picks recently. They cut bait. They knew it was time. We just keep tripling down on the same mistakes. Todd says, what does being left-handed have to do with anything? Nothing. The only thing with problem with the left-handers is the rotation of the ball comes out backwards. That's it. That's it. I'm still a huge fan. You like Polk. I know you do. I know you like Xavier. I like Franklin. I do like Franklin in the second round. If Coleman isn't there, I think Coleman will be there. I would be fine. Well, I'm fine with all these guys. But if I can't get Coleman, I would take Franklin. I do like Franklin a lot. Maye needs to play this year as well. Sorry, they can't sit QBs anymore. They need to play. You're right. The quarterback clock is starting. This is why I still think New England is either going to trade that pick or take Marvin Harrison Jr. Because I talked to a couple people over and over again in New England, and they keep telling me the same thing, that they're not ready to start the quarterback clock. To Todd's point, the moment you draft that quarterback in the top 5, the quarterback clock has started. So you're rocketing towards that 5th-year option, and you have to play, and you have to win, and you have to start winning within the first 3 seasons, or it's a failure like Darnold and Wilson. And I don't think that they are ready to turn on the quarterback clock. New England, that is. What if the Giants draft a franchise quarterback and go 4-13 and get Belichick the following year? What'd you feel better about getting Bill with a good quarterback? No, I don't want Belichick. I am a Belichick disciple in some regards, not because I worked with him, but because I watched him grow up through the Giants ranks. I watched him I believe it was 83. He came into the Giants. I watched him grow as a coordinator. I watched him grow as a head coach. I watched him win the Cleveland experience. I watched him in New England. I watched, first the whole Jets fiasco, and then everything else. And he became the guy that he was. We talked about this before. These marriages never work. These returns never work. These old ball coaches that come back never work. I've said it before. You go start in the 60s. Hank Stram took Kansas City to the Super Bowl, won the Super Bowl, went to the Saints, flamed out. Ditka, 85, took the Bears to the Super Bowl, goes to the Saints in the game, flamed out. These guys, Bill Parcells, the only success he had after the Giants was that one season in New England when he lost the Super Bowl. Then he goes to New England. He goes to the Jets. He goes to Dallas, and he ends up as in the front office of Miami. Still doesn't have the same success. It just doesn't work out. Hey, everyone. There are still people who think we should build around DJ. What's wrong with the fan base? We're stupid. I'm just kidding. No, I'm not. UNC played North Carolina, Appalachian State, Minnesota, Syracuse, Miami, Virginia, Duke, North Carolina State. Campbell, not a tough competition out there in the ACC. LeVar says, Tim, I'm here. Let's talk. Daniel Jones is trash. We know that. The Giants have no viable quarterback on the roster right now. Everyone at least is staring out the equal footing with what we have. We have nothing. You have $160 million failure, and I know it's really only 90 guaranteed. You have a 2019 failure in Drew Lock, who couldn't beat out Teddy Bridgewater or Geno Smith twice, and you got Tommy DeVito. And I've said this before. If you had it for 1 year, what would you rather have? A quarterback room of Russell Wilson and Justin Fields, or what we have now? And Pittsburgh, who's perennially a winner, retooled their entire quarterback room from Kenny Pickett to Mason Rudolph to I forget the other guy. They got rid of everybody and said, and Thomas says, I'm going to start this shit again. I'm going to do this again. I'm going to run this back again, make the playoffs again. And this is what I'm going to do with brand new quarterbacks. And we're going to have Daniel Jones in year 6. I agree on taking Penix at 6 if it means no more Daniel Jones. The Pac-12 is tougher conference by SOS than the ACC. Well, was that the SEC? What SOS? Who had the better stats versus the similar competition this last season, Penix or Maye? I'm taking Maye every day over Maye. Okay, but you got to give me better. You got to give me, like I said, I just want points of interest. Everyone tells me, and I'm not making fun of you, Joe. Everyone tells me, well, I'm taking Maye. Okay, tell me why. Tell me why. Ain't nothing but a heartache. Well, Daniel Jones ain't nothing but a mistake. I don't want him anyway. Daniel Jones still stinks. I love that. Let's see. Giants will probably take Brock Bowers just despite half the fan base. Jones is trash. He must have the same company as mine. Xfinity. Yeah, that was pretty bad. I'm close to the router. Top heavy, I meant to say. Elijah fans, I'm guessing the OGR missed the Pac-12, had the toughest conference in 2023. The Big 10, the Big 12, both played heavy teams. Penix played in a much harder conference.
That's what she said.
See, logic's dropping. Wait for it. Logic. Joe Rev says, Penix or Maye, who would I rather have better stats for similar competition? I'll take Penix. To be fair, we played a couple teams that aren't trying that hard to win. He did. Matthew says, I kind of think I prefer Maye considering he is 3 years younger than Penix, but a seasoned Penix isn't a bad thing. He'll be 25 when he takes over for DJ. My thing with Penix is this. Here's my thing with Penix. You can love him, you can hate him, you can think he's the wrong choice. If you're looking for the guy that's going to be most pro ready, if you're looking for a guy that's got a huge upside, looking for a guy that's got the huge arm, looking for a guy that's played against top flight competition the last 2 seasons, looking for a guy that went into a national championship game, and yeah, he lost the game because of the fact that the entire game was basically on his shoulders. Yes, you go with Penix. OGR says, I'm close to the router. That's neither here nor there. I recently changed some stuff around my internet, and obviously it's not working. Appreciate you having me on. Now I'm going to go ballistic. Why are you going to go ballistic on Xfinity? Did you unplug the router and plug it back? Here we go. Customer support at Xfinity. Hello, Mr. OGR Sports. Yes. Have you unplugged the router and plugged the router back in? Okay, you have? Okay, I want you to try one other thing. I want you to go to your kitchen drawer, and I want you to get some tin foil, and I want you to put it on the 2 antennas of the router, then unplug it, and then plug it back in again. And if that doesn't work, you're fucked. All right, that's every internet company you talk to. Can we thank Mr. I don't want to metal Mara for those wins? Don't forget, there was a report that he said Mara told Dable his job would be at risk if he didn't win more games. Timothy, where the hell have you been? Where the hell's Timothy Underwood been? We're getting a quarterback at 6. We're getting a kicker at 6. I just read what I want to see now. Miguel says Shane is so bad at drafting, he's going to take a punter at 6. Logic's fine is coming back with Steve Young. Had no problem throwing left-handed way into a gold jacket. Jerry Rice just seemed fine with Steve Young. What about that guy? What about that guy, Kenny Stabler? People forget about he was a left-handed QB. He was a left-handed QB. Michael Vick was left-handed. Burnell was left-handed. What's his name? Jim Zorn. I remember him. You got Jared Relent. Jared, the hefty lefty, was left-handed. You know, so you got some guys that were lefties that that won some shit. Tim Tebow, he actually won a championship game. Not a chip. He won one championship game. College won that playoff game. I'm not by the lefty curse. It's like the Southpaw jinx. Sublight says John Mara, water polo coach, just called. He told me the Giants are trading John Mara himself for the second pick on the draft. I would do that. Let's see here. I'd be upset if Penix was 28-24. It's fine because the guy has to play this year. So those 3 years now, that's the thing. He's going to have to play. Whoever you draft is going to have to play. I'm not taking a quarterback at 6 and telling him you're not playing. You're not playing. You're going to sit and watch. No, get his ass in the game. Well, the offensive line is going to be bad. It's going to be bad no matter what. A good quarterback will help the deficiencies in the offensive line by getting the ball, wait for it, out of his hands quickly. Talked about it before. 2004, rookie season, Eli Manning, Kurt Warner, sitting there at quarterback, 5-4 when he gets benched for Eli Manning. Giants took a plethora of sacks under Kurt Warner because of the fact they had a terrible offensive line. The rookie comes in and takes less sacks than Kurt Warner, the seasoned veteran, the Super Bowl winner. Why? Because he got the ball out of his hands quickly. The offensive line didn't change. The quarterback did. What has Drake May done on the college level? He's won a championship and got his team close to one. Where did he win a championship at? Lefties don't go to Haven. I think it's heaven. Let's see here. If the Giants are really a true rebuild, they will get rid of Daniel Jones. Juan says, I think Penix will be starting by midseason. If they get him, this guy is a seasoned quarterback. Lone Star Killer says the Giants had 30 visits and only brought in top 3 wide receivers, which means they have no interest in a wide receiver in the second or third round. They are going to go wide receiver with the 6th pick. Do you understand what the top 30 visits are for? I'm trying, and Lone Star Killer. I'm not just because you got Lone Star from Spaceballs. Probably it's not. That's probably what it's not from. What you're thinking it's from. But do you understand what a top 30 visit is? I'm just kind of throwing this out there. LeVar says, Casanova, I don't want a rookie behind an unproven offense line. The upside of taking a wide receiver first is that the quarterback, Danny Vito, is protected. Let him rock it out with the new weapons and play your rookie year simple. What if they can't get the ball out? And we saw the fact how horrid Tommy DeVito can be. Tommy DeVito was bad. He started, especially in that Saints game, and I even said it the Sunday morning stream before the Saints game, I said, DeVito's going to get rocked. I said, this is where Tommy Mania crashes. And it crashed big time. Or no, it was a Monday night game. I don't remember what stream. I don't remember when the stream was. It was Sunday stream when I said it. Mr. McCormick says, I started to become a Penix believer. If he's available at 6, why wait for someone else to take him later? You're right. You're right. Who's better, Belichick right now with a franchise quarterback besides Andy Reid and Sean Payton? Belichick lost his franchise quarterback. And what happened to New England? Tom Brady went to Tampa and won a Super Bowl. What's the Belichick record after the loss of Tom Brady? I think that's what people need to look at. What was his record the year when Brady went down? I think they won 10 games a year, but they didn't make the playoffs. Or they win 9 games, I remember. Wait, what's Tim? Hopefully there's some truth to the Penix talk. Hope so. Strength of schedule. Oh, I thought you were talking about a conference. Tim, I meant to say Penix over Maye. Oh, I thought it didn't make sense what you were saying. That's why I got confused for a second. They revamped the offensive line, taking a wide receiver instead of quarterback has no logic, and the offensive line was revamped completely. You're right. You're right, Matthew. Tim, this team doesn't need any more Southern white men at quarterback. Oh, Coach Dave. Everyone wants to get me in trouble. I heard a lot of people say Maye improvises a lot when playing. So does Penix, and Penix doesn't have to run because he's got what they would call as pocket awareness. Pointed out by OGR Sports that who took the second to least amount of sacks in the entire college football last year, and it was Michael Penix. Why does everyone want to wait until next year, mid-round draft? Next year, Jones will be gone. The quarterback room is locked in 2025 rookie. No thanks. Maye will be a Patriot, gonna get ready for a wide receiver at 6, boys and girls. Take the top five quarterback early. Neighbors at 6. Radler, no Radler. Knock knock. Who's there? Not Radler. I'll take anyone over DJ bottom line quarterback at 6. Dad, what's up, Kevin? I'm if the Giants, I'm taking Penix at 6 and a wide receiver. It makes sense to take your quarterback early. You could grab a starting wide receiver who could potentially have the same upside as someone you would get at 6 in the second, possibly third round. That's how deep this wide receiver class is. That's how talent laden this draft is. To me, you got 5 guys at quarterback, and then you have the quarterback cliff. And one of those 5 guys is JJ McCarthy, and he is dangling on the cliff, trying not to fall. And then after that cliff, you land on the likes of Radler, Milton, Hartman, Leary. You have 4 quality guys that could be franchise difference makers. And some people put McCarthy in there. I don't, but I can understand it. If you end up with JJ, if you take JJ McCarthy at 6, I still wouldn't be upset. If you have Penix and McCarthy, potentially even Maye sitting in front of you at 6, and you take a wide receiver, there's going to be some problems. there's going to be some issues. The wide receiver class and wide receiver free agents this year is going to be good. We don't need a wide receiver at 6. We need a quarterback now. Jason says, yes, I remember the good comeback Maye had against Duke in football. Our kicker is the face of our franchise, and we ain't replacing him. Tim, the stress and the excitement is real, man. It's killing me, Anthony. It's fucking killing me. Is it tomorrow yet? Is it mañana? Because I need to go. I need to go. I need to leave. I'm leaving like at noon. The hotel I'm staying at's only like 40 minutes away. I'm going to get there like at noon. Parking lot doesn't open until 3. I'm going to get there at noon, and I'm just going to sit. And you can't check in till 3. I'm just going to sit in the hotel parking lot. Luckily, it's a nice parking lot. Kevin says, I don't know. I hear him say they believe in Jones. He doesn't really say it with conviction. I agree. Kurt Warner flames out on. Why did Kurt Warner flame out in the Giants? Because of the fact that he was dealing with some issues of injuries. And he even talks about the fact that he had a confidence issue, and he also had the thumb injury. But he had the Giants at 5-4, and that was a bad Giant team. That was a really bad Giant team, and everything just fell off the bus when Eli Manning came in. And there was the game in Baltimore where Kurt Warner has told the story a million times. Eli was getting killed, and Tom Coughlin went up to Kurt Warner and says, suit up, grab your helmet, you're going in. Kurt said, no, I'm not doing it. He says, if you're going to ride with this kid, ride with him. Let him go through the bumps. Let him go through everything else. Let him go through the growing pains. Don't bench him. That's why Eli Manning didn't get benched, because of Kurt Warner. You have to thank Kurt Warner at times. The Giants are not taking the quarterback. These conversations are a moot point. Mara has made his decision already by giving Jones a huge contract and letting Saquon Barkley walk. Coach Jay says the age argument is so stupid. This quarterback position, the quarterback is the NFL is not a development league. They should prefer seasoned guy at this position. I agree with that. I actually agree with that 100%. I would rather have a guy that's a little bit older, because of the fact that you would think that his physical maturity, he's coming into the league physically mature. Mentally, he may not be mature, but physically at 24 years old, he should physically be ready and physically be mature enough. You look at some of these guys, bodies types coming in. You look at McCarthy, you look at Maye, and you look at, of course, you look at Daniels. These are thin rail guys. No, you don't really see a lot. You don't really see a lot of tone. You don't see a lot of muscle. But you look at someone like Penix, he looks like he's ready to play in the NFL now, because physically his body has matured to the point where he has what we refer to as the man's body. He's a man now. I remember when you were a man at 18. DeVito was half bad behind a bad offensive line. No, DeVito was really bad. DeVito beat up on bad teams and then took the league by storm. And then as soon as the league figured him out and got film after 3 games, that was the end. This is the end. My beautiful friends, the end. Kurt Warner didn't flame out. He played 9 games and was praised like Eli Manning. Let's see here. Anyone bothered to look at the level of competition Maye has faced before claiming he is great? That's what we're talking about. That's exactly what we've been talking about. Matthew says the best, 65 and 78 without Brady. I potentially think I could have won 3 Super Bowls with Tom Brady as the head coach. I'm beginning to think that. Tell me why I don't like Daniel Jones. Tell me why. Make sure you hit the like. Was it Merritt doesn't believe in tanking? That's why they kept Saquon Barkley and McKinney. Say no to Bo. Gotta head out. Take care, family. See you tomorrow, Matthew. David says if they draft the quarterback, they will have no chance but to trade Jones anywhere just to get rid of the distraction. You know, they can't. The contract's gonna be a killer. Quite frankly, the player we drafted will be touched by the hand of God, a true player. Trading Jones is a pipe dream, yet it'll destroy the cap. I'm so sick of these DJ fanboys. I want to draft a quarterback ASAP and then watch them cry and drink their tears. I just added that part. Timothy says, I liked your mock draft that you put out earlier. Melton third would be a dream come true. He's scrappy. Giants need a lot of players like that. Oh, I agree. That's why I did that mock draft. Let's see. Dan Jones cost the Giants a chance at Bryce Young, CJ Stroud, Anthony Richardson. Every Jones jersey should be burned from here until the end of time. Wow. That's that's a lot. I wonder if Bo Nix and DJ are related. They remind me of each other a lot. You mean because Bo Nix has the same processing abilities of plays as Daniel Jones does. Does anyone see DJ as a UFL starter? Give me AJ McCarron. Oh, that's not good. Can't blame Jones. Who wouldn't want $160 million? Oh, I don't blame Jones for taking $160 million. I blame Jones for taking $160 million and then proceeding to suck. That's why I blame Jones. I don't blame any player for taking money. I will never blame a player for taking money. Never. But if you're going to rob us, at least use a gun. It's you know what this is, guys? We've reached a crossroads. We really have reached a crossroads with this team. And you think and you try to think, what is the best way that we can make this situation better for the New York Giants? What's the best way? And at the end of the day, the best way is always going to be going with something that can completely alter the future of your franchise, going a direction that could totally take the team to a new, different level. And that's always going to be taking a franchise quarterback or taking your perceived franchise quarterback. That's going to be it. And that's the way you got to look at it. You have to reach a point in your career as not only a general manager, but as an owner, where you sit there and say, you need to come up with something different. You need to do something. We've always said to be bold and mighty forces will come to your aid. You need to do something different. You have been in the same trap for 5 years now. And the issue is you dug yourself a deeper hole because of the Daniel Jones contract. And if you run the risk of him getting hurt this year and that injury clause kicking in, you have now screwed the team in 2024 and 2025, and you won't start seeing the swing again to 2026. I've said it before, signing day, and I kept saying it, and everyone kept telling me, you don't know what you're talking about, Tim. This contract's great. You don't know what you're talking about. You don't know what you're talking about. And I kept saying to people, if he flames out either vis-a-vis just injury or just being bad, this contract's going to set the team back 4 years. And you're already in year one of the setback. So if he stinks it up or doesn't get on the field and you don't take a quarterback this year, that's year 2. If he gets injured and he's out that year and it wrecks the cap, that's year 3. And then you probably don't get your quarterback until the next year, that's year 4. And you may not be good, but you will be 4 seasons removed from that $160 million deal and have nothing to show for it but a bad quarterback in Daniel Jones. Pick a lane. Pick a lane, Joe. Pick a lane. Look down between your legs. Make sure you got your balls and do something that will alter the direction of the franchise. Because you technically did alter the direction of the franchise the moment that ink dried on that deal. You signed potentially a death warrant on that deal with ownership approval because you had a guy that had one below average NFL season and you thought, well, you know what we could do is we can make him even better in year 5, which didn't happen. So now we're sitting here in year 6. We're looking around and we're like, what the fuck, guys? You got to do something, guys. You got to do something. You got to be something different. I don't care if it's Maye. Hell, I don't care if it's Penix anymore. And I don't care if it's Jaden Daniels. Hell, I'm not even sure I care if it's JJ McCarthy. But if you're going to wreck this team, wreck it in a different way and make it interesting. That's directed at the guys burning jerseys. I see Rowdy Ready. Probably burning Sergeant Slaughter action figures. I like it. Oh yeah, that's where are they at? They're on that side. They're over there. You know, it's funny. You can't see it. Hold on, but I found this in Pennsylvania, which I thought was interesting because you don't see this a lot. Hold on, let me go over here. Whoops, let's go this way real quick. Let's go this way. I found this right here. I found this. Wait, where is it? I found that. Look, I found a Tiki Barber bobblehead in Pennsylvania. Deep in the woods of Pennsylvania. There was a Tiki Barber bobblehead. It was shockingly, they only wanted like $2 for it. So I was like, oh, I got to take that. I got to take the Tiki Barber bobblehead. Oh, my goodness gracious. Great balls of fire. Todd Taylor was the best quarterback in 2023 for the G-Men and is underrated quarterback. ABA says DJ somehow flings his way into a 6th pick and $160 million extension. That he'll be fine for draft quarterback. I don't want DJ anywhere near him. We got the two-toe super chat train dropping in the mass salutes and respect to the Big Balls Tim and all the diehard Giant fans in the building. Colonel Tim, please order the code RED for all Daniel Jones dumb F players on the Giants roster. Well, you know, I got to find the code RED. Did I order the code red? No, I'm not going to tell you if I ordered the code red. Because if I told you if I ordered the code red, I'd have to kill you.
Did you order the code red?
I did the job. Did you order the code red?
You're goddamn right I did. I don't know what we're wowing. Oh, probably my Tiki Barber bobblehead. Drake Maye wasn't even the best quarterback in his conference. It was Jordan Travis. You're right about that, actually. You're not wrong. You're not wrong about that. Where was the other one? You know what we need?
Willie's really got some power. Off a guy will be bagging groceries in a couple weeks.
Well, I forgot about these sound effects.
But it ain't about how hard you hit.
It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done.
Look, see, I do impressions.
Why doesn't the hero reveal himself and tell us all your real name? You do have a name.
My name is Gladiator.
Sounds just like the real guys. Well, I got so many sound effects. I don't know what the hell they do. You know what Joe Shane needs to do?
Time to nut up or shut up.
Let's see here. And that Jones contract is backloaded, so Jones cap hit in 4 years. The contract will be almost $40 million. There's no cap space to build the team around if we keep him in 2025. You are 100% correct. Drew Lock incentives on Joe Shane saying Josh A wasn't a success until Diggs points to wide receiver at 6. It's 8:12. I'm gonna head out because I got stuff to do because I do have to go to the draft tomorrow. Those that do not know, follow the stream tomorrow. Draft baby.
Welcome to the
Draft, baby. Yeah.
The venerable Domino Capaba will be running the draft tomorrow with James Williams. James Williams, Don P, and R0B will be in the control booth as well. I'll be calling the draft from the draft party itself, so make sure you stay tuned for that. We're gonna have a lot of fun. Maybe we'll do some giveaways, and then we'll have the Sunday stream. And then, yes, people asked me yesterday, will I be doing rounds 2 and 3 like last year? I think I will. I haven't decided yet, but I definitely think I will. We'll talk about that. We'll look into that as well. Hopefully it's a move that's going to redefine the franchise. It needs to be a franchise defining move. That's all I'm going to say. I'll do Elvis. You know what? I'll do Elvis on the second draft night. I'll do Elvis in draft night too. Those that don't remember, I was the very first draft, or those that don't even know, maybe haven't been following that long. The very first draft stream I ever did, I did the entire draft stream dressed as Elvis. Top to bottom, Elvis Presley, the wig, everything. So maybe I'll do that. You know what? I could do that on Friday. I'll do that on Friday. But until then, everyone, we might have a new video in the morning, a real quick video. So make sure you stay tuned for that, called the Career Defining Move. This is Tim Stewart, Straight Talk, powered by only Big Blue LLC. And as always, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to ring that bell because you want to know why. Well, that'd be awesome. I'm out of here.